recap last time, because it's been a while, we got into Neverfair and realized there was a party being celebrated in honor of not Twiggy and her best friends, but the Obsidian Stag in parentheses S. And as you enter, bards begin playing, streamers begin streaming, not Twitch streamers, but like party streamers, you know. Confetti, food stands, people are having a grand old jolly old time. As you all approach the Adventuring Guild, you realize you now have fans in the form of the Bright Hands, a lower level adventuring group, celebrating your exploits on the isle, and impressed. And Rethny and Mossfern stop to talk to them. And the rest of you split off into your separate escapades until eventually you're corralled back towards the Adventuring Guild main hall, as Clarabelle has summoned you. Though you do notice Mossfern and Rethny are essentially being dragged by the Bright Hands in this sort of jolly, happy manner as they're talking their ear off. The Bright Hands are just talking away. It seems like they're being dragged to some party. So, as we open,
have fun.
As we open in the main hall of the Adventuring Guild with Clarabelle, welcome you all in. She just sort of stands there, looking at all of the new faces. My, a new group? I'm very, I'm happy that you found people, Ruff.
Thank you, Clarabelle. That means a lot.
Right. So... there seems to be a couple of you missing, but I believe... Oh.
You bitches!
Oh. There seems to be one of you missing.
Motherfuckers, I just got home.
Well, you didn't react to the message. I didn't know if you...
I didn't see it.
I added you! I had everyone!
I didn't see it.
Oh my god. That's crazy. Well,
Yeah.
This is a certified get fucked on Talon moment.
it doesn't get fucked. I experienced no ill things from this. I'm happy to have my plays done.
What is?
Do
What is
you
it that we
normally
can
experience
say? Get
ill
baited?
will when you get fucked?
Get
Talon?
baited.
No. It's like something that happened. You guys have been saying it a lot recently.
Scammer get scammed?
Scammer
Scammer
get
gets
scammed.
Get scammed.
No, Talon. You just get fucked. It's a good thing.
Fucked in the nice way, thank you. Okay,
Mhm.
so breaking
Don't have
away
sex.
from the Bright Hands dragging you to a party, Rethny slips away, seeing as the rest of the party's beckoning Rethny to, like, come, because we need you. Unfortunately, Mossfern, too small to escape the crowding from these three, is dragged along. However, 5 out of 6, not bad. Clarabelle still mentions the missing party member, but quickly moves on. Right. You adventurers are essentially ranking up in the guild. You started out, of course, as rookies, but now. But now you've ascended ranks. At first, you were a novice adventurer. They usually have access to the training grounds, the mess hall, initial area of the library, etc., etc. But now you are adept adventurers. And adept adventurers get access to the teleportation circle system. They're laid across major cities so that on the quests you do choose to go, you can be transported to a closer area, so taking the time to get places is lessened. Other than that, you get to access the Hall of Heroes, which is something I will take you all through in just a moment here to sort of see the escapades of other legendary adventurers. And you get the ability to rent out books from the library and access, of course, to more dangerous quests if you so choose to do so. After your adepts, you'll at some point reach master adventurers, and then after that you'll be recognized as heroes, and that's sort of the ranking system in the guild. So, we all
Sounds interesting.
we all ready to take a tour? That's the word. A tour of the Hall of Heroes.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
You know, I'm
In
always
agreement?
ready.
All right. Wonderful.
Please lead the way.
Of course. And she dips behind a wall for a second and seems to be beckoning someone as this really old, disheveled owlin starts moving through the halls, sort of clambering with a of the staff. I'm coming. And he rounds the corner.
Yoda.
And he seems like once he had color in his feathers, but has since faded away. You must be the new party. Rav, you recognize this librarian as one of the librarians that was there when Lucian stole a How to Summon Incubus book and Val stole a Vecna book, or a book about Vecna.
Yes. Yep.
Wonderful. All right, well, come. I won't be talking much, but I'm here to explain things if you have questions. And he sort of starts shoveling off, and Clarabelle beckons you all into the hall. All right.
You know, I will follow Clarabelle anywhere.
Me too.
Who would?
Heart eyes emoji.
Side eye. Once within these halls, they are tall walls. These pillars sectioning off like little alcoves where items or paintings or plaques are held. These walls contain the legends of former heroes, their great deeds plastered here for all to remember. While you yourselves may not reach fame here, at the very least your accomplishments on the Runeset Isle have earned a spot. But let us go forth. And as you move, the first alcove you see on the left is a painting of this femme dragonborn atop a hill, of a flowery hill, that the rest of it has been burned to cinders. That is Axaforth. She was a wildfire druid. She became famous for protecting Alurin and Alurin's forests when the blight from Onorex began to spread. It was a terrible time. The crops were wiped out, people were going starving, and as the blight crept towards Alurin, a wall of fire, as Axaforth just stopped it dead in its tracks. You move a little bit more forward, and the next alcove on your right is a plaque with a person's name on it, and below is a plank, just a plank from a ship, maybe, with barnacle on it, and maybe some gathering of moss and seaweed. That is from Calliope. Calliope was a former pirate, but she turned a life of adventuring, and during the blight problem as well, she prevented a supply ship from being attacked by other pirates. Definitely helped with keeping people fed. On the next left, you see another painting. A person aboard a large steed, donned in gleaming armor, as they essentially are rushing on top of a bridge. Dame Jiril, she became famous for pushing back the monsters and the evil forces that tried to attack workers as they were making a bridge, and even the bridge became named after her. I'm sure you've crossed it a couple times if you've went to Prison Plateau, right?
The name does sound familiar.
Yes, well, that's her. And her long locks kind of cascade over the back of her armor, but the intensity in her eyes, at least captured by the painting, is deadly. To the next right, another painting of this star elf, or Eladrin. Just this dark aura around him. That was Lord Gondigal. Lord Gondigal was famous for taking up the mantle when the former Lord of Alern before him fell, but despite his evil appearance, he was a kind leader for the short time that he took up office. And many can recount his soft touch that, regardless of who you were, seemed healing. Best way to put that. Yes, I get what you're insinuating. Yes. I do not know whether he was a good lover or not. But she continues, she's now putting her head down, continuing. Next up, a plaque. Neris Kathan, a human femme grave domain cleric who protected against a siege of bandits on the capital. To the next, Shandy Freefoot, a plaque with her name on it. A halfling femme hunter, ranger, famous in her aid of Alern for uncovering an assassination attempt on the High King by the former Alern Lord, the one prior to the current Lord of Alern. That would be Lord Celebar, of course. And speaking of which, pushes her hand to one of the last conclave or alcoves that's filled at the moment. Celebar Runevale, the current Lord of Alern, and you see this young elf. He gained his popularity initially by being very skilled in discovering magical relics. But look at him now, he is now Lord. And I will post the image that you see. Just a young elf, donned in a green shirt, semi-green tie, brown vest, few piercings here and there, scraggled black hair, and these deep green emerald eyes. But now, and she turns to one of the next alcoves, and she gestures to a plaque. The Obsidian Stags, Saving Runeset Isle, and upon the plaque is a little item, and within the item is just a place to put something. Is there a specific item you'd like to put there to sort of commemorate the accomplishment?
I suppose I'm confused. We are to be placed among the likeness of the people you have just described.
Your deeds on Runeset Isle have earned at least a stamp within the memory of heroes. Whether you, your individual selves, ever reach these halls and become painted upon them like some of the others, or your individual names plastered upon the walls as well, at the very least, your accomplishment together in Runeset Isle has been memorized, yes.
Interesting.
Talon,
Yes.
just in my brain here, with the guy that we met, that we got that gem for, did he like crush it, or did he just like drain it and then like throw it on the ground?
When you gave it
Because
to
I
him,
couldn't remember if we picked it back up or if he like.
he clasped it in his palms, and as he seemingly absorbed it, when he opened his hand,
Okay.
nothing was there.
I'm so sorry, I just couldn't remember it. I don't know if
I
we
also
have. Do we?
I
anything to
have-
put in there?
I have the silver dagger that killed both werewolves. Because I think, if I remember correctly, we used the silver dagger to
Yes, I
like
believe Fel
finish
picked
him
up,
off.
I believe Fel picked up the silver dagger, and Mosford picked up the silver short sword.
I got some seaweed in my bag.
We're not putting seaweed in the flash. Correctly. Thank you, though.
I got some seaweed in the bag.
I got some wet books in there.
I think the silver dagger probably is the best option that we have.
Do I have
Wonderful.
anything else?
So we'll give it up.
Did you tell her that it was used on the werewolves?
Yeah, Fel would kind of explain that it was used to finish off the Lycan brothers.
Very good. We'll keep that in mind. And she points to the Owlin, who's already inscribing it on a book and like almost keeping it to memory. And Clarabelle goes over and gently places the plaque, or the dagger in the plaque, closes it and seals it. Amazing. Well, for the final sort of big thing in the Hall of Heroes, we go a little bit further, but it's one of my favorite stories. It tends to be other people's favorite stories. So, follow me. You weave through a little bit more of the hallways until you reach the end. And it is like this... You know the big-ass curtains that they give, like, theater... like, opera house?
Like stage curtains?
Like stage curtains, like big fucking ones?
Hmm.
The Wizard
That's
of
what
Oz.
is... That is what is set before you. And... Clarabelle and the old Alan hobble over, and as they move this paint or this these drapes, you see behind it a ginormous painting, as big as the walls of these halls. This is the painting of the Seven Swordsmen. Now, they're not exactly adventurers from the Allurin Adventuring Guild, sadly, but they are... I mean, they are some of the most famous adventurers in all of history. Have any of you heard of them?
I probably
Have
read a thing.
Have I heard of them?
Yeah, have any of us heard of them? Like, I feel like we would all
I
have different
probably-
backgrounds.
I probably would have read something about it.
You all have heard references of the Seven Swordsmen. It's sort of like the Knights of the Round Table, in the fact that it's like common knowledge that it's a story, but unless you're like
Who is actually like
unless you're
read
real-
the book?
yeah, unless you're like really into the fucking mythology of it, you don't really like you haven't really delved in and like studied who was actually in the Arthurian legend, what happened, what's like the common denominator, what always happens, blah blah blah.
Give me. Let me take it again, Randy. I've read so many books, man.
Well, the Seven Legendary Swordsmen, of course, were one of the most famous group of adventurers in Concordis history. They came about post Purge of Fire, and well, I mean, just look upon them yourself. And she starts pointing at them. They were arranged in order of skill. The lowest one, 7, while maybe more powerful magic item, was overall less skillful than the one above them, and so forth. And so 1 was the leader, 7 was sort of the caboose is the best way I could put that, yes. But by no means were they weak. Quite strong. And she points to the first one. You see this person adorned in black armor. It almost looks too black, like the void. And there's something weird about this painting, because you've seen some of the other ones with Dame Jaril. you could see the menacing look in her eyes, and like almost like the artist captured the essence of them really well. This, you can literally feel magic emanating off of. You can almost feel the presence of these people like they were right in front of you. And this 7th person, their presence is terrifying. They are daunting. They are like 8-9 feet tall. You see from this intricate helmet that they are wearing that a long white elephant trunk curls around it with tusks breaking out from the sides. Their armor, almost an emanating, moving, ghastly presence of spirits move. And in their hand, they hold a large, square blade. One that you've seen before. Or at least a few of you.
Oh, is it the fucking...
With
It's the big
sigils
fuck
running
off
down.
one? Yeah.
With sigils running down the blade, 5 specifically. The executioner stands there, the 7th of the group. The blade he wielded was Allsbane. It was an incredibly powerful sword, made by some king who wanted absolute power. Somehow fell into his hands. Some say it was made in the god Aturn's, like, his blade's image, but nothing to confirm it. Some even believe that the executioner was a champion of Aturn because he's known as the judge, but alas, other than that, not much is known about him. 6, and she points on the opposite side. You see the most flamboyant, queer-coded character you have ever seen. Large brimmed hat with a feather adorned in it. Almost a masquerade mask coming down from it, but not fully. It's merely upon the eyes. Jewelry up the hizha. Clothing that, when you look at it in full, it's each color of the prismatic colors. Each color of the rainbow, essentially. A red rose in his hand, a purple hat, a blue cape, a green wristband, all these different colors, basically, adorned. That is the Musketeer.
This has got to be homophobic.
I love him.
Sorry.
Fuck you guys. His blade was known as Leadlight, and you see in his hand is this
The twink
made,
machine, bro.
this beautiful rapier, a golden handle, shining platinum blade, and adorned by the hilt is stained glass, one of each color. Leadlight was able to cast an array of effects, be it fire, lightning, poison, radiant, necrotic. The Musketeer was quite adept at casting spells and moving around. It was hard to hit him, truly.
Ron, you know what that sword is?
Gay? Why does my face read otherwise?
Because you're gum pink.
Does my face read
Ow.
otherwise?
What you know about that sword? Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
What you know about it? What you know about it?
Nothing. Talon, continue your story.
The next one.
I mean, Clairbow.
Yeah. She points to the next one. This one is a bit shorter, almost
You both say this one's a bitch.
probably like 5 feet. Their armor seems to be the depiction of twilight, as half of it is the night sky with stars, and the other half is an ascending sun bleeding through the sky. And their blade matches, a double-bladed scimitar. One side day, the other side night. One side dawn, the other side dusk. Equinox. They held within their hand twilight. the story of Twilight is actually quite sad, so I won't get into it fully, but basically, one blade held by one lover, the other blade held by the other, and their child seemingly attached the two so that their love would forever be intertwined. And some say that Equinox was their child. The next one, and points to the next figure. Dawned
Helen.
in what? Sorry.
Just really quickly.
Yes.
You know what I'm thinking of this whole time?
Yes.
The Valorant Pride cards and how their names were like Galactic Twilight. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, as you're doing this, I'm just like, wow, Valorant Pride going crazy in D&D.
Man, fuck you.
Sorry, these are like, I'm interested. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
4.
Wow.
Donned in fancy clothing, a half cape, and a rat mask. You see the King of Rats, or the Queen of Rats, or the Ruler of Rats. Truly, they went by any name. And other than the half cape and the masquerade rat mask that they wear and the crown that's essentially attached to a crown, they hold in their left hand a finely pointed dagger, a black blade with black wings and a cloth wrapped around the hand. And Fel, you've seen this blade before. Once, in what you think is a dream. A dream where the ghost of the Red Death came upon your ship and slaughtered your friends.
Fel starts rubbing at the, you know, like when you rub your back,
Yeah.
like where your arm is kind of up and it's like rubbing your back. He's rubbing at that spot where the X is, like kind of like scratching at it, almost as if it itches.
He had the Black Death. It was a dagger of horrible design, and to be sliced with it usually meant death, and not a fun one.
Side eye.
Side eye.
Side eye.
But that was not their only abilities. They had. It was said that they had rat spies everywhere, always informed of any and everything. They were adept at sorcery and stabbing. To fight them without disadvantage was improbable. She points to the next one. A person donned in bronze and copper armor, not a point of skin to be seen. It is just their armor. They have on them, on their left hand, a shield with a wolf depicted on it, and in their right hand, a sword of similar make that seems to, if need be, sheathed within the sword. The warrior wolf. The sword and shield were known as Fang, which together could summon a wolf the size of a winter wolf. I mean, there's not much to say else, really, but it's quite fearsome. It was said that when they fought together, there was almost an echo of time that rang throughout, a familiar story, but not many would survive an encounter with them, so there's not much else to say. Points to the next one. 2. The Green Knight, covered in this moss and ivy, horns kind of branching out, these almost like deer-like or elk-like horns that come branching out. They're just covered in flowers and greenery, some wood, and you see next to their self, they have this glaive stamped in the ground. It's a wooden staff with more vines growing up it, with almost this leaf-like blade. That was known as Thorn. Some would say that Oberon's blade, the Green Lord, that was his, and it was bestowed upon the Green Knight as a favor of some kind. And finally, of course, the leader, one, Valkyrie, in this beautiful, gleaming white and gold armor. Feathered wings sprawled out, almost encompassing the back of the entire team, that seemed to be almost in a hugging motion. She's wielding this beautiful lance that almost has wings as the guard itself. She was the leader of the Seven, and commanded the battlefield with a holy presence. When you saw the silhouette of that wing set in the sky, it was almost a sign that the battle was already over. These 7 combined were almost as strong as any lord or king. Their influence on Concordis, unimaginable. That is the story of the 7. That is who they are. And their weapons rung throughout history. Basically, you all recognize 2 swords from this. Or, sorry, most of you recognize 1 sword from this, and that being the large square blade. Dawned on that person's back that Sharp and Mosfern fought. But ever since, nothing else. And then one of you, of course, notice the Black Death. And with that, that concludes our Hall of Heroes time.
It was lovely.
Thank you. That one's my favorite. But I may have a new favorite now. The Runeset Isle.
I think
Why is she trying to riz us up, man? Why is she trying to do that?
No, dude, this is Talon being like, look at you, look, you're so cool and powerful. I'm gonna rip you to
Don't gas me up
pieces.
like that. Don't gas me up. I'm gonna counterspell a fucking heal spell somewhere.
it's crazy that we're liars. Anyways,
I will take you back. The last thing for tonight for the party is we're having a performance at one of the taverns, the mess hall, of course, of the Adventuring Guild. Please be there. You're the honored guests. And I hope you enjoy the celebration. And that's pretty much it. That'll be in about maybe 3-4 hours. So,
of course. Thank you, Clarabelle.
of course. And if you, of course, have any other questions about what you've seen in these halls or anything else, you may ask me.
Thank you. Truly.
That or him. And she points to the hobbled Owlin. Yes.
So, how long's the library open?
For the most part, till dusk. If you need books past dusk, you can rent them out.
Yeah, just go there, right now, real quick.
Yes, I will accompany you.
Okay, sweet.
As the cane hits the floor.
Joel, I did want to talk about maybe one thing before.
Oh, yeah, sure.
We'll
Yeah.
run off. Sharp's kind of trying to group the party, like a little huddle. So
It's like
we
you
all,
got Sharp all the way down here, and then you got Breathme
so we all definitely saw that shit, right?
What are we talking about?
The big fuck off sword. The one that was used to threaten my life. And
What?
thrown
When did this
into a-
happen?
When were you threatened?
I think it was when.
Sharp.
Oh wait, I don't know this. Never
When
mind.
did this
Oh, no,
happen?
No, so actually, now that I'm thinking about it, fuck. I done fucked up.
Jesus, we need to inform the rest of us, Sharp.
So, when we were in... Oh, fuck, what was the town?
Is this when you guys came back soaping wet?
Prison
Yes,
Plateau.
yes, that is... in Prison Plateau. Me and Mossfern decided to take some matters into our own hands, and it did not go very well. But we were fine.
So, you know what? Today's a day of celebration. We'll talk about
yes,
this at a later
yippee.
date.
This is not going to be anxiety-inducing at all whatsoever.
Ralph will kind of pat Sharp on like the shoulder.
I'm an incredibly anxious person. You should know this by now.
Well, I got you pick it up from your mannerisms.
So be at a place in like 3 hours. I'm gonna go check out a book.
Have fun.
I wonder if now that we've ranked up, maybe we have like a credit, like you know how when you sign up you get like
card?
15, you get like a $15 printing credit.
Do you need money?
I can't write into my spellbook.
How much do you need?
A significant amount.
How much is a significant amount?
Whatever it is, I'll split half.
I could make do with perhaps 150 gold pieces.
I can split. I can split half of that.
What
What?
do you need that much? What do you need that for?
Are you buying like name brand? Go! Shit.
No, I need the
Is this shit
150
Gucci?
gold pieces. It costs that much to copy the single spell into my book.
Okay.
You need 150 gold for one spell?
You want cash or credit?
Arcane chalks and inks are very expensive.
Okay.
Hell reaches into his bag. Hold up. I will give you at least like half. Fell's gonna give you 75.
I think I can give you the whole thing, actually.
Fell like
Oh.
hands you
Let's see how
75
much
gold.
money I have.
Oh dear.
Where is my money at?
Here.
If no one else contributes, I'll also just cover the other.
I suppose I've asked for this now, haven't I?
Where is my money?
Rob will also give you 75.
Okay.
Delightful. Thank you.
Is it about this point that you guys are rounding towards the entrance of the Adventuring Guild?
I don't think Fell would have left.
I
because
also
we
wanted
were huddling.
I wanted to stay and look at the painting a little bit.
Yeah, Fell was also going to stay and look at paintings. I think we were huddled in, and we haven't left yet.
Okay.
It's the Berserk sword. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. Literally got sword.
I'm probably gonna walk out. Go
Get a
back to
slab
the
of
room.
metal.
I am going
What
to
the
follow this
fuck?
old owl to the
Dude!
library.
Dude!
What,
Why the hell-
are you looking
These
for-
are so fucking cool!
They are very, very cool.
What the fuck?
Wait, what are you guys looking? Where are you guys looking at?
NPC refs, all the swords that he just fucking said.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with one of them.
Oh my god, the gay one.
Oh my god, the gay one.
Yeah,
I have
should
a-
we go with that one?
Card from the person who has the big sword. And I'm waiting for the day I can cast scrying, and I will find them, and I will take that fucking sword from them if it's the last thing I do.
Make a
If only I wasn't incapacitated.
You know what's really funny? We've tried to take 2 of these swords.
Yeah.
we've tried to take the big slab of metal, fell when the dagger like stuck into him, tried to take it out of his back and run with it, but he woke up.
Sharp, give me a general intelligence check or history, technically, because this is dealing with your memory.
History.
You can recall
plus
that bitch.
8, brother. God damn, that's a 27.
27.
Didn't even need it. Holy shit.
Eidetic memory, motherfucker.
During the interaction with Blue, this person that had the big sword,
Yeah.
you recall during both the drinking game and when they were walking away, that during the drinking game they mentioned that they were delivering it to someone.
Yeah.
2, after the fight, they walked towards the outskirts of town in the direction of either Urki Waywocket's tower or the capital.
Okay.
So that's what you remember.
I mean, I still want to, like, scry and go beat them up.
Urki Waywocket secretly is the swordsman.
I'm gonna lose my shit. Don't let it be the fucking weekly.
And with that, so who's staying and going where? We have Troll going to the library.
Fel is staying in the picture room.
I'm going back out mingling.
Bethany is going out and mingling.
Where can we go?
What you want to do?
Do we have a place to, like, be?
In like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Do we have, like, a fucking, like, do we have a room somewhere?
Oh, no. I don't think so. I think we, when we first started staying here, we just rented out and...
Rob is staying in the painting room, I'm assuming?
Okay, well, Sharp wants to figure out how to hide because he does not want to go to this fucking party.
You antisocial bitch.
He doesn't want to go to the party. That's too many people.
No, because you know what?
Oh,
yeah,
you know what? You know what Sharp's gonna go do? He's gonna go get fucking paper. Is there
more paper than you bought last time?
Yeah,
Okay.
I need more. I need like twice as much.
Well, I think the reason the person was out was because they only had so much, if I remember correctly.
No, I think I remember.
Buy any.
Oh,
it was he gave Sharp a lot. From what I think I remember, he gave Sharp more than he paid for because no one else is buying it.
That's right. I do remember this.
So he had more supply than he had demand.
Right.
Yeah, because I had no money.
And now you want to go get more?
Yeah, I need to get more. I'm gonna spend these hours copying that spell into my fucking book because I want it.
Do that real quick. You go to this shop.
Yeah,
this
back
old
to.
guy again.
I cannot even remember.
Neither do I. It's been like 8 weeks, so fuck if I remember. You want more paper?
Yes.
How much?
I have 150 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll give you 200 gold worth.
Oh,
Same on the table.
Okay, this is that's
the
the deal.
person buying it, man.
I guess I'm confused. I would guess that every mage would need.
Most mages are getting it like up on their quests, like while they're out of town. It's actually incredibly awful business practice being a seller for adventurers in town when the own adventuring guild has a library. Like it's. I wasn't thinking straight when I made this place, but you know. It's whatever. So 150 gold for 200.
Good day.
Yeah.
Bro was in a drunken stupor and opened a library.
You have a good day.
You as well.
Dude,
I
dude got
300
high off his
GP.
ass one time and opened a fucking library.
I got
Opened a
300
Barnes and
GP.
Nobles.
Yeah, next to like a place that like an actual library that just will
Yeah.
let you take books for free. Where are you going to do this? Where are you gonna hide out?
Oh, I gotta go to a place and like do it.
Yeah.
Um.
Yum,
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You know what? Is there like can I see like ramparts or anything? Like something up high?
Yeah, there's tons of like high ledges and high towers.
Okay.
around you. Just gonna fly up to one?
I'll fucking cast fly on myself
Alright.
and literally just go fly up to like a rooftop and then sit on like the gutter
Does Sharp
And-
flap his wings?
like a bird. Yeah, Sharp flaps his wings like a bird.
Alright. Yeah.
Um,
Post it up.
Bro, that is one big ass fucking crow, dude.
And he perches up there and he pulls out his little book and he starts writing it down. I have 4 hours worth of spells. Tell me how many I get through in the time that we have before I'm supposed to be where.
You'll probably get through all like if it's 1 hour each, yeah, you'll get through all 4.
Okay, dope. Because that means I get a third and a first.
Next, Rethny, you said you were gonna go mingle. What's the mingling plan?
I want to go dancing.
You wanna go dancing? Alright.
Yes,
Um,
I want to dance. I'm gonna be the tallest bitch out there.
thinking back to
I'm
where
gonna be the prettiest girl at the pond.
Thinking back to where the Bright Hands were trying to take you and Mossfern. It was gonna be like kind of like a rave thing, busting it
Yeah.
down in one of the taverns. The specific tavern I can actually give you. If you give me 2 seconds here. It was supposed to be at the Boastful Bard. Apparently, the tavern keeper there is a warforge built by the owner. Their name is Theremin, and they throw mean parties, man. So yeah, you can head down to the Boastful Bard and start dancing up a fucking storm
I'm about to get down.
with Mossfern and the Bright Hands.
I want these bitches to be in love with me. You don't understand.
Mossfern and the Bright Hands sounds like a fucking cartoon 70s band. Okay.
Or like one of those like children cable television shows.
Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Mossburn and the Octonauts.
Let me go look at my shit real fast.
Don't worry, you
Where's
have
that?
18 plus and everything. So
Yeah, I know. Where's the performance stuff at?
You know what? The best part about that too is that like you don't have an Achilles heel. There isn't like one stat that's like really low. It's just
Oh, there it
it's
is. Okay,
all
first.
stupidly high.
Weep.
I mean, like, Rethine's dexterity is a 12. That's the
Okay.
lowest one. It then
Uh,
goes 18, 18, 18, 19.
It's still not like an Achilles
30
heel. What is-
20.
How much?
Yeah,
30 20.
Holy fuck, okay.
you know, like
I
How do I
rolled
put
a
it?
16,
When you're-
baby, and I have a 4 in performance.
when your
Yeah.
worst stat is like I am a little above average in like running.
Yeah.
it's like
I
you're
mostly do
Which is a stat
swimming.
that Rethne can just wild shape to be better.
out of exactly.
Exactly. I can't believe
You're
you
so
let me have this kind of power talent.
You rolled for it. I was gonna say something, but it was your first time playing D&D, so I was like, I don't want to ruin the fun.
It is fun.
If
Regret.
Rethne ever dies, It's probably not gonna happen again, but you know, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay. What kind of dance you doing?
So, you know how, like... Okay. So, you know how, like, Jibaro dances from Love, Death, and Robots?
Yeah.
That's kind of like that, but also very, like, sensual, you know, like white girl dancing.
Okay, yeah. Are you in a velocity
She's,
edit
like,
right now?
very much flowy. Like, she's, like,
Okay.
moving with the music.
Okay.
You did
okay.
not just say fucking velocity edit,
Velocity,
dude. Dude,
yeah.
put that shit in CapCut.
If you have any spells, or if you want to use your wild shape, or any other ability that you have you want to augment your dancing, just let me know. But you're tearing it up right now. Bright
know.
hands are in awe
Yes.
as always. I don't think they've stopped being in awe of you guys, and this just made it better.
I think if we sneezed, dude.
Just
Mosfrin
a
is
really
sort of-
tall lady coming in here.
Mosfrin's sort of covering their ears on top of their head, but also
Mhm.
bobbing to the music, just like
Yeah,
lightly.
they're listening to the beat. They feel the beat
They
right
feel
now.
the vibration. Feel the
You know, like-
vibration.
Feel the vibration,
Wait,
yo.
do you know how, like, hold on, let me find that one gif of that Shrek cat dancing.
Mhm.
It's like getting it.
All right. Next, Rav and Fel, who are still in the art area, the Hall of Heroes. At some point, Clarabelle's like sticking around just a little bit, just in case you have questions. But then you see a figure approach her, and they start beginning conversation. This person seems like a tiefling. They have wings, and a sort of devilish tail. They have this blonde kind of fro, light black skin, and their eyes are this golden color. And they seem to be talking, and every sense of their word and face is just like suave. And listening in just a little bit, it's something about the performance. And after
Can I listen in a little bit harder?
Yeah. So everything is set for tonight. I should be ready to go. Oh, wonderful. Which song do you think you're going to perform? Oh, the classic, the one telling the tale of, why adventures are the way they are. Purge of Fire, of course. Oh, that's a good one. Are you going to do the thing you normally do? Well, yes, of course. I didn't begin performing for Archfey, Queen Titiana herself, by not doing what I do, Clarabelle. You know me. After a little bit of chuckling, they sort of separate and goes, "Have a wonderful day. I'll see you later." And begins walking off towards the mess hall. I will post what this person looks like as well.
Oh, Cecily.
Cecily.
Can we also get volatile missile?
Yes. I believe it's not
Yeah.
DD I do have it.
I can make it.
They want to kiss.
Huh?
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 Huh? They want the kiss?
They want to kiss?
They want to kiss.
They want the kiss.
Is Volatile Missile not in? Okay, cool. I'll just screenshot it from my spell out. In any case, that is what you overhear as they
Slay.
move away to the missile.
Horde. Rav, when listening and doesn't turn to them or anything, is just kind of keeping her eyes on the painting, shifting between each of the 7.
Fel's eyes don't break from the rat. The rat lord.
There is something after standing here for so long about the magic emanating off of each person specifically the dagger that you are seeing through the painting, and it's the same feeling you got in the dream that you had. And it feels watered down. It doesn't feel like the full presence, but it is a presence of dread, of disease, of death. And it kind of sends a little shiver down your spine. But otherwise, it's a regular painting. Yeah.
Standing there for another 10, 15 minutes, I would assume. Rav will kind of stand up and look towards Fel. Well, I guess I just assumed they were sitting on a bench, but they're probably still standing, actually. Just kidding. Rav will stay standing, and we're just going to look at Fel, and I would assume that they were all good people, and good people deserve good things. Maybe one day we'll get good things too. And she'll kind of like very lightly smile and then begin to walk out.
Belle will grab her sleeve, and you can feel his hand is shaking.
Why'd you sip that? Why'd you get the straw like that, Talon?
I'm intrigued by the roleplay that is going on.
Okay, sorry. She'll stop and kind of turn. What's wrong?
He hurt you. Rethny. Me. Fel will lean close to Rav's ear. That is the captain of the Red Death. That is what he whispers into her ear.
She'll blink kind of just like really heavily almost and kind of take a quarter of a step back. Really? Bringing it up, no matter the circumstances, is still just as bad. Maybe he is. How? I mean, I know that you would know, but we've never encountered him for a reason.
The scar on Ruff's, I think it was her neck, from what I remember. Where'd you get that?
Did we keep the scars?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just felt. Oh, we all did? Okay. Rob will kind of reach up and like very gingerly touch it. Just be like, probably another training session with my brothers or something stupid like falling over on the ship.
On Rethny's face. On Musfrin's back. Every single one of those happened.
The one on my cheek.
Oh, it was on the cheek?
Yes.
Oh, then, yeah. Fel will say on Rethny's cheek. Rob, I didn't just have a nightmare. That was real.
Why don't any of us remember it then?
I don't know. But what I do know is that I am marked by her for death.
Rob will kind of reach over and grab Fel's hand. We'll get you unmarked. If it means we can never go on water again, we'll never touch it again. We'll break this. There's always a way.
I will kind of gingerly smile. Then hold back onto her hand. Okay.
I don't remember fighting, but I trust you. And if you say this has happened, then surely at some point it did.
Thank you.
She'll just kind of stand there for a second, like a little awkwardly almost, and then she'll let go of his hand. And just kind of, she'll smile and, well, I will go find something else to fill the rest of my time with.
Okay. I will turn back around and continue to look at the painting.
Alright. Next we'll move on to Droll, who you've entered the library now.
I got a quick question, my friend, which is,
Yes.
any kind of, rules about, in particular information in this library?
There are restricted areas. It tends to be you're better adventurers now, so you've gained access to the second floor. Third and fourth are off limits to you. That is it.
Huh. Can I, ask you about something?
Sure.
I was looking at all those, fancy swords in the picture.
Yes.
Remind me of, an old tale. Kinda told by sailors. It was quite far away, though, so I feel like I should ask you before I go looking around. Do you know about Ring of an Emperor? Ring of the Emperor?
Ring of the Emperor. Let me search the recesses of my mind. Yes, I do recall. There's a certain ring of that name. Ring of the Emperor was a ring said to bestow one person the strength of an army. It was a ring said to harness power from many sources to bestow great power to its wearer. Though it's one of those stories that gets so twisted and changed a long time that it's hard to find the original scripture. I can take a gander across the library to see if I can find the most accurate book.
Yeah, let's try that.
All right. Begins looking. If you wish to give him the help action, he can.
I'll help him out.
Okay. You search the first two floors. And any book that you find with the Ring of the Emperor in it is some other fairy tale that uses it as sort of a MacGuffin. A sort of like thing that saves the story, saves the hero, whatnot. The general where you find it is within some watery cavern. As it seems, there seems to be a commonality, and it is water and underground, which is why I would assume it's quite popular for pirates to go after.
Yeah, that would explain all the sailors been enamored with it, but it's just like drunken tales. I don't think it has any kind of stand-in in any kind of sense.
I think your best bet in finding something like this is not books in these libraries. They're stuffy and old and stuck here. Your best bet to find something that has been told over and over again is to go out and ask people, because they will have a better answer as to whether they've discovered it or not. A sort of way to eliminate places people have been before.
Huh. Troll kind of like looks up at like the upper couple floors, and that kind of looks back. Yeah. Thank you for helping me out, even though it didn't tell me all too much, but still appreciate it.
Sometimes even a little bit of knowledge can lead us far into our goals. And he begins looking off into the distance, as if he said something so wise that it's to be pondered upon for ages, as he begins pondering upon it for ages.
Droll will wait exactly 7 seconds, and then go, yeah, so I'm gonna go party. I'll go ahead and do the disco pose.
And he's still just
No.
looking off into the distance.
Farewell, librarian friend.
Yes.
Droll
Good luck on your
back
journey.
up, and then shuffle out.
Will run as far as he possibly can.
I actually become like the green
Roll,
shell
come
of Mario.
dance with
Is
me.
that I roll out, like, immediately roll out the door, and then I start bouncing against the walls.
Like a fucking Mario Kart turtle shell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say like the fucking green
The
shell.
green show.
But yeah, I'll just go straight to the big party.
Come dance with me, Joe. Come dance.
Yeah, but I think by now it's probably we'll. I'll go hour by hour. That was the first hour. Is there anything anyone wants to do in the second hour? I know Sharp is going to be just doing spells for all these four. Rov and Fel, anything specific you want to do in the next hour? If not, no worries. Oh, damn.
Pumpkin, it wasn't your fucking turn.
Lamau. Fel will kind of break away and head to the party.
The big one in the mess hall or the rave?
The big one in the mess hall.
Okay.
He's just gonna get ready.
As people are gathering, yeah. Rov?
I think Ross probably also just gonna be kind of waiting around as people start to get like maybe mingling with the people who are also getting there really early.
Okay. Droll. Are you doing the big party or the rave?
I'll like spend 2 hours at the rave, and then
Okay,
go
you're
to
gonna
the main
pregame in
party.
the rave. Alright.
Yeah.
Reth,
Yeah,
I'm
we get
assuming you're
fucked up at
staying
the
in the
rave.
rave, especially as you see Droll enter, and Droll's just kind of bumping his head as like whatever medieval rave music is, it's going on. Right?
It's a
Immediately
hurdy-gurdy.
going through the
It's too
crowd.
hurdy-gurdy.
It's a
Gets a
hurts a
twirl.
hurdy-gurdy. Also, Theremin it, like has his finger up and is just sort of like playing almost the theremin off his finger.
Man, I fucking love it when there's 2 bongos. Droll just like shout that out.
Just wait, Droll, till you figure out that there's 3 bongos.
Holy shit! They brought out the third bongo.
We in the hoop.
Rethney is going hard, so you guys are pre-gaming at the rave. Sharp is doing the spells. Okay, yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Third hour. Rob Fell, you're staying at the big party until its completion. I'm assuming everyone has their things that they're doing before the big party, and that's what we'll keep with. I mean, for the people already mingling in the big party scene, you see a few adventuring parties like begin to enter each hour. One you're sort of familiar with, the really big guys like the Minotaur, Goliath, and Leonin party that you've once interacted with before. The big muscle men. There is Rav. You see your former instructor that taught you how to become an Echo Knight that you had a one night off with.
We left on good terms, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like we were both just like, you know.
Yeah, it was,
Okay, good.
just to relieve the stress. There's some other parties that you've seen around before, but otherwise, the only special thing you see is the bard that you saw earlier talking about their performance with Clarabelle up on stage getting things ready.
Okay.
With each out, the rave is beginning to conclude as people move towards the adventuring guild, the mess hall, or at least the adventurers do. The common folk kind of stay, as this is their party, because they can't really enter the adventuring guild. The bright hands are like also beginning to move. I'm assuming Droll and Rethny, you follow.
Yeah, I'll follow. In style.
Disgust. Sharp,
Doesn't stop
Yeah.
the disco.
as you finish writing out your spells, you look below as people are funneling into the adventuring guild.
Fuck me.
Were we supposed to wear like nice clothes to this? Like, were we supposed to like get dressed up a little bit?
It's up to you guys. Some people are well dressed. Not everyone, but some people are.
Sharp will feather fall
I have
down
rags.
from his very scary height.
Gotcha.
And then I will look at the entrance to the adventuring guild. I will sigh. My wings like come up and like hit my legs, and then I start like moping towards the entrance of the adventuring guild.
Sadly coming in, depressed, bird-like. The Kenku of your party turns the corner. Rav and Fel, you see them first.
Rav will kind of like wave Sharp over.
Sharp kind of like anxiously looks around, sees you, and makes a beeline.
Whenever Sharp reaches, can Rav like kind of squat down and like dust off his shoulders a little bit?
Wow.
It was
I
the
like
highest
totally
tower in the
have, yeah.
You gotta like your man.
Yeah, gonna kind of like straighten up like his cloak a little bit, like.
Oh my god, it is spilled M&Ms everywhere.
Rethny spilling fucking like this food from the rave all over them. Mossford's like picking them up real fast.
It's
Why?
the mini M&Ms. I literally turned it over by accident. Son of a bitch. It's gonna melt now.
In the sheets, so it's gonna look like you shit your bed.
God damn it.
Yeah, Droll, Mossfern, Rethny, and the Bright Hands kind of enter the party all at the same time and sort of are pushed over to this table because that's where like they're sitting. Mossfern's kind of dragged over there as well. But it's close by to the table that is set specifically for the Obsidian Stags, which is sort of more in the middle. It's not like on a showcase like look at us, because Clarabelle's like, I don't think you guys want that. It's more just like this table is set specifically so if all of you wanted to sit together, you could sit right here.
Got it. Rav will start to walk towards that table and we'll kind of check, just make sure that Sharp and Fel are following.
Rob, do you have like a dangling piece of cloth or something or the other? Because Sharp is holding on to it.
I would assume so, honestly. Like, I would assume that the shirt kind of...
Yeah, Sharp
Okay.
is holding on to. Yeah.
Rob's gonna make a pit stop at the tail that Bright Hands are at, and is gonna kind of like lean into them and be like, I am so sorry. Do you mind if we steal at least a few of our party back?
Oh no, of course. We're so sorry for taking them. It's just we really wanted to hit the spots, and we were so excited to.
No, absolutely. I'm glad you guys had fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. Joel's a pretty decent dancer.
I'm not surprised by this.
I can imagine that he
Right.
could spin quite well.
Yeah, he was doing
That's
a
something
lot of. He was doing a lot of this too, which I've never seen before. I wonder if that's a regional thing.
Possibly.
Rob, you
Now-
need to get on those candies. The little barkeep gave it to me.
You're going to put those away. You're going to ruin your appetite.
We're eating?
Probably.
What are we eating?
I don't know.
Hope they have meat.
Okay. Well, if you guys want to come sit at the table with the rest of us, it's fine. If you want to stay over here, it's all good too. And with that, Rob will kind of wave to the bright hands and walk over to their table.
They're enthusiastically waving back as the rest of your, at least Mossfern, also joins you guys' table.
Why the
Bye,
fuck
cutie
are people
pies.
like that? Why the fuck are people like that?
Droll will head over with whatever like weird item they had at the rave, like rather that be like a light stick or like some
It's like
funny
it's this
glasses.
magical ball of light that just kind of follows whoever's hand is like it's in, and it's just kind of going like flashing different colors.
No, I was thinking that we like come into the place wearing like a bunch of different like
Glow
those
sticks
glow
or some other
sticks.
shit.
Yeah, the glow sticks.
It's definitely like enchanted, like lined, sort of things that you
Piece of
like
a rope
adorn
or
yourself
something.
on. Yeah.
Droll would have all of the plastic bead drip, all the shiny plastic beads,
Oh,
just like
sticker
there.
in
the
your
fake
mouth.
sunglasses.
There's a lot of weird trinkets on you right now.
Okay. Droll will
Poor-
sit down,
poor
covered in
Fel.
his weird trinkets,
Poor
very
Fel.
proud of himself.
Or fall.
Oh,
Suicide.
My internet died.
oh, you okay? It's all right. We're still we even haven't started the party yet. I was introducing everyone as they got in.
Oh, let's go.
Fel came in. Sharp came in. Old Dropey and Mopey. The Bright Hands, Mosfer and Rethny and Droll came in. Droll's apparently a good dancer. He does the boogie dance, the 70s boogie dance.
Like Boogie Wonderland?
Boogie Wonderland, which the Bright Hands assume is some regional like dance from where Droll's from. They're all of them are dripped out in like rave pizzazz. The Bright Hands are like kind of looking around, seeing that no one else is in rave drip and pizzazz, and start like slowly taking off because of nerves. Like, oh my god, we're the only ones. Oh god.
Free
I'll keep
game.
my phone.
Internet back.
Yeah, and you all get to your tables. There's a couple servers that come to your table asking, what would you like this evening? Any kind of food we can make.
Do you?
Anything.
You know what? Yeah, just whatever's easiest for y'all to make.
Easiest for us to make. Okay. Any flavor profile that you would like us to hit? Savory?
Meat.
Sweet?
Meat.
Meat. Alright.
Rare
like-
cheese.
Rare?
I like spicy things.
Spicy? Alright.
You know, everyone else is saying meat. I usually am the guy who says meat. Can we get like a salad too, please?
Yes, of course, a salad. Do you want that in accordance with your serving of meat? Or do you just
Oh,
want a
yeah.
salad? Okay, yes, meat.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Big salad bowl for the table. Okay, big salad bowl. Table. Anything else? And he points to you, Sharp.
Actually, I've been specifically craving a beef Wellington recently.
Beef Wellington. Alright, beef Wellington.
And is it okay if I get like a glass of salt water?
Yes, of
What
course,
the
a glass
fuck?
of salt water.
What the fuck?
Of course, glass of salt water, done.
Everyone at the table is stunned.
My
Actually,
sodium
not
levels
Droll. Droll
are
nods his head.
way
He's like, I
down.
understand.
No, Fel also kind of like, I guess gets it, just like, yeah, whatever. In his head, this is not the weirdest thing Rethny has stated. Rethny has stated she has eaten a person, so Fel at this point, like, you know when you set the bar so high that like other weird things to you just doesn't sound like as weird. That's what Fel is going through.
So we have salt water for you. Anyone else want any specific drinks? We have ales and wines and juices of the kind.
Any alcohol.
I will
I'll
take an
take
ale.
Ale, alcohol of any kind,
The seasonal brew.
seasonal beer, of course.
A Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Holy shit!
Fuck.
I don't think I'm familiar with that term. What is in a Manhattan?
It's a double pour of a rye whiskey, with a sweet vermouth.
Oh, so a King's Keep. I see. Different regional. Okay. Yes. Of course.
Yes,
I get you.
yes. Apologies. Yes, a King's
It's
Keep.
all
I
right.
suppose that is what you would call it. Here.
Drinks have many a names. I would have asked you regardless, just to be sure what you wanted. Okay. So that ale. You just any strength?
I'll whatever's strongest right now.
Strongest, okay.
I'll take a nice, like, full body, you know, kind of low.
Low. Okay. Anyone else?
Well, I'll take, I don't know, I just want a mead.
Mead. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
It'll be about 30 minutes. And rushes off. I saw you, Ron. You gonna say something, or just gonna keep teasing your mic like that?
No, and that's what you do. Be like, you know, I've never been somewhere where they asked to drink after the food, and the service is kind of strange here. But then I was like, actually, I'm gonna shut the fuck up because I work in
Server nerd moment. Cringe.
Cringe.
It's actually because they have so many, and this is a very fantastical concept. They have so much staff on hand that they're gonna get you your food and drink all at the same time within a decent amount of time.
Whoa.
I know.
You mean a company hires the amount of employees that
They
it
need.
needs
Yeah.
and doesn't? I don't know this one, Talon, but do they
Oh dear. What
pay
is
their
that?
worker fair wage?
What is Droll? What is that?
Probably more than a commoner gets in their lifetime. Yeah. You'll be.
What is that?
It's Irish cream.
This is truly a fantasy setting. Now.
Is it like a fucking gallon?
It looks like a typical bottle of what would be like the same amount as Bailey's. It's just Irish cream, like Bailey's.
What are you drinking?
There's only like that much left. I'm not. And then
soju and White Claw.
Andy
That is a combo.
I told Wyatt that he should drink a cement mixer, so he should put lime juice in his Bailey's.
No. No. You should
Hey guys,
never do that.
guys, I'm drinking root beer.
I'm drinking Pepsi.
I'm drinking water.
Well,
Human being.
anyways.
Root beer.
Root
Root beer.
Fanter.
And
Coca-Cola.
No. Coca-Cola Light.
Fanta.
Okay.
No, I get it. I've seen the video, Talon.
Any more rule? Okay. It's about actually 15 minutes, even though he said 30. He probably just said that to make sure your expectations weren't high. You guys get your food and drinks. And it seems they're turning out every other table's food and drink within the minute of yours. People begin
Delightful to finally have a substantial meal.
everything that you guys have asked for. If you ask for it a specific way, exactly that.
You're gonna make me hungry,
fucking-
bitch.
Phil's fucking digging in, dude. I don't know, you guys. Phil's eating this shit right now.
Droll
Everyone's-
eats a lot of salad.
It's a big
Does he-
bowl for your table. It's like serve yourself, but like it's like this big of a bowl.
Rob's gonna try and
Droll
get like
still
a
eats
plate.
like half the bowl.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say Rob's gonna try and like get like a plate of the salad before Joel can finish it, but
Like
I really
Droll's, like fills up his plate. 3 minutes later, fills up his plate.
Dude, I just also imagine in an alternate universe, Droll just grabs the bowl, extends his neck, and just chomps really slowly like a fucking turtle, dude.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Rob is eating hers very it's very appropriate in timing and the way that she's eating, very poised.
Phil is not. Phil is
That's the fucking party going ham for some reason. Rob's
Yeah.
like ripping.
Or
through.
some okay. I'm gonna make
Rowan,
this
you know
really
the way
funny.
Luffy eats meat? That's the way Phil is eating meat right now,
What,
dude.
the bite and then like drag?
No, dude. For, like the comedic, like takes like the fucking like meat on a bone, eats it, fucking pulls it out of his mouth, and there's nothing there, dude.
I'm gonna make this really funny and say that Remy somehow lost the knife that they gave her. So she extends her claws on her hands and just uses that to cut her meat.
No, look, you can't do that. That's
Other knives
yeah.
on the table.
Here, use this one. Phil hands her the magic knife that he's been using.
The Misty Fragment.
Yeah.
You want to know what? Even Droll is using silverware. But it's very
Didn't you
clear
use
that he is
this
not used to
to
using
stab
silverware.
somebody?
Oh my god.
I mean,
Sharp is
Wait,
eating
I've
mannered and
cleaned-
proper.
Yeah,
cleaned
Rob
it.
and Sharp like look at the whole table like
I've-
as
I've-
they're taking small normal people, but
Mosfern keeps looking between like each party member and like changing how they're eating based on like who they're looking at. Like looks at Rethny and goes, starts going with the claw, and then looks at like Rav and Droll and picks up a fork.
Have you stabbed somebody with this knife?
I mean, I have, but I've like cleaned it.
Extra flavor.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Wait, no, like actually, what did he say? Extra flavor, dude.
Yeah. Her teeth extend as she chews.
No.
Rethny, normally looking like a nice pretty fish, turning into a piranha whenever there's food.
Whenever there's
She
human
looks
tasting
a lot
things.
more demonic when she eats.
Piranha.
Piranha.
Fucking
The whole
the girl from
siren
Finding
bit
Nemo,
comes
dude.
to play when she eats. Very beautiful, very angelic demon.
Oh no.
Alright.
Oh.
Kirkland's signature Irish country cream wine cocktail is a rich, smooth blend of fresh dairy cream and premium grape wine. Velvety caramel and chocolate notes combined with a creamy, balanced finish. This wine cocktail is best enjoyed straight, chilled over ice with coffee or in your favorite cocktail.
Is that on the back
Not
of the
sponsored.
Kirkland brand
Yes.
Irish cream? Cool.
What?
Yeah.
That wasn't an Irish accent. What accent were you doing?
That was a good ad read.
Yeah, I'll put fucking Fantasy Costco in my world if they sponsor me. If Kirkland gives me a sponsorship, I'll put Fantasy Costco.
Are you gonna put Garfield the Deals Warlock
Fuck
in?
no.
Fantasy
Why?
Costco, where all your dreams come true. Got a deal for you.
I've been to like Costco once in my life.
It's pretty good.
It's a cool
As
place.
everyone begins finishing their food, the bard that you saw before, the one with blonde hair, begins to step up on stage. Hello, everybody. My name is Mordekir. They know me as the Master of Stories, and I will be here to provide your entertainment for this evening. Now, before I get into my normal bard songs to just play and have you all dance to, I wanted to commemorate this night, where we see another young adventuring group rising through the ranks. You performed a great deed on that isle, and to parallel it, I will tell the story of how the Adventuring Guild was born. For those of you who aren't familiar with, this is the Purge of Fire. It was a time in Concordis history where great strife entered the country. Half of all of Concordis was scarred with flames, as a great dragon burned it down. And as we get prepared here, I hope you find joy in listening. and he sort of starts stepping back and getting things ready. Is there anything anyone would like to do during this time?
Take a sip of salt water.
I can taste it in my mouth, and I hate it so bad. I hate it so much. So bad. No.
No.
Is anyone else giving up? Is anyone giving applause yet?
No.
We're
Are you
waiting.
thinking about it? Troll of just clapping.
Joel, don't. He's gonna rip it. He's gonna rip it too early.
Joel's waiting. He very much debates it, but there's an awkward energy in the air, so he doesn't feel like he doesn't know if he's the one to break it.
I encourage any bards out there that may be listening to listen to this story and think about what abilities you have to tell a story that is great to you. When you tell a story, what does it mean for those around you? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to evoke? I've honed my craft, and I know what I'm attempting to evoke. So, behold, the Purge of Fire.
I feel you burning on fire.
Talon, if you pull out some crazy shit, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. You can't be doing this.
Oh no, dude, Talon's gonna pull out some crazy shit, dude.
That's not okay.
The room begins to flicker. The flames slowly go out. The energy in the room shifts from jolly and happy to solemn and sad. And it goes quiet. And as this happens, a snap. All the sconces light again. But you're no longer in the mess hall. Each person individually seems to be in this room, this house, by yourself. You're just getting up from bed. And it's still dark out at night. And you look around your room and it feels familiar to you. You look around your room and that's the teddy bear you sleep with every night. That's the journal you write in every day. That's the table you sit at. That's the chest that all your stuff is in. That's the red blanket you've had since you were a child that your parents gave you so long ago on a very early birthday. There to the right is a picture of your family, a nice quaint little family. Your mother, your father. Father's old and gray now. Long beard. He's grown far too old to do his own farming routine. Your mother stays home and creates baked goods to give you whenever you're struggling with maybe feeding yourself for the day. Every day or so you go to work. Every night you come home and relax. You drink with your friends in a tavern nearby. And your friends, you remember them, you've had such jolly good times with them. You love your friends. And then the night sky begins to bleed orange. Argana, the bearer of ruin. Argana, the bearer of dread. Argana, the bearer of ash. Argana, the bearer of death. And peeking through the night sky is a little bit of flickering. They slept through the night. Sweet rest, sweet dreams. Orange, rolling sun, broken through like beams. Fire, fire, it went down in flames. And suddenly, this night sky is no longer night, but this orange, beaming sun of fire as it rains down upon the ground. And it scorches the earth, and you watch your parents' house be consumed in flames. Your neighbor, one of your friends that you enjoy every night talking to and drinking, their house burned down to ash. You can hear the screams, the blood-curdling screams, as your house catches flame. Fire, fire, burn bright as the day. Purge, purge, destruction hath came. Fire rain down like droplets of light. As the fire hits you, and you feel the warmth, but it does not burn. Not yet. You break through the door, and as you open it slightly, it just crumbles. And you see now falling down from the sky, almost like rain, bits of flickering flame. Is there anything anyone would like to do?
Cry.
Cry? Okay. Rethny, in your version of this, you just begin going to your knees and crying.
Roth just kind of look up and then close their eyes.
Okay.
Like almost in an acceptance.
Yeah, like kneel and accept death.
Fel will start preparing chill touch.
Okay. You prepare chill touch.
Or no. He's gonna pull out his fucking dagger that he handed to Rethny.
Okay. Yeah, you pull it out.
Droll will reach out to the falling flames.
Okay. As they sort of begin to fall in your hand. Is there anything Sharp would like to do?
Same as Rav. Kind of just. What else?
Ferocious roar, unparalleled might, and you hear thundering roar from the sky as breaking through the clouds, the source of this fire, this scarlet-scaled dragon, as big as a cloud, bigger even, as its rush of wind from its wings moving hits you and spreads out and fuels the fires below. Plumes of ash choke the air with its smoke, dancing embers that remained of our folk. You don't know where the voice is coming from. As the lute music began to play, it very clearly was coming from the stage in front of you, but now, when these words are spoken, it feels like it's all around you. The kingdom was weak, us they could not defend, till the smoke filled our lungs, meeting our mortal end. And you feel it now, the heavy set ash in your lungs becoming more heavy and heavy as you begin to fall more and more to the ground, your vision becoming hazy before you just everything goes black. But there was fire, fire set ablaze in our hearts. Adventurers were born, evil was torn apart. Wielding swords, shields, bows, the arcane, but nothing could quell Argana's flame. And now, as you hear the clanging of metal, you look to the sides of you, and you can see sparks flying as a scene comes rushing towards you. No longer are you some citizen, some townsperson in a room that you've spent most of your life in. You're a person with a set of armor, shield on one arm, sword on the other. You're from a newly formed guild, the Adventuring Guild. It started as a resistance against this terrible, terrible force that has been scarring the nation, against Argana, the bearer of ruin. You saw your family burn alive, and you decided to take up arms and become an adventurer to fight against it. But as this army rushes out to fight, countless are slaughtered. This army, this trove of people going towards this dragon are just met with a bloody or fiery end. Soon you retreat back to this rickety town hall building that labels itself the Adventuring Guild of Alurin. Taking a boat out to Onyrex, you collect more and more people as you go off to in search of this dragon to fight it again. Until you find and go towards where you've been tracking it to. This mountainous range where volcanoes sit. And your guide points to one of the volcanoes. There she is. That's where she lives. Her home. But you don't know if you can win. Finally, yet our troubles gone, a miracle born from the gods. The lair of the dragon where it had slept, crumble, crash down on her head. As you watch as an earthquake begins, and this volcano begins to slowly crumble inwards, and you hear this thunderous roar as this dragon cries out in pain. You see flames bursting out of the sides, lava pluming and exploding, until finally the thunderous roar stops. And you once again fade. And it is still dark. But the sound in your ears returns back towards the front of the stage as the mess hall gets slightly lit up again. But now standing around you, all of you, at your table, there's no longer the people amongst the tables who are here to celebrate your celebration. No longer is the bard in the front of the stage, but there is this smoky visage right in your face of the maw of this dragon. And it gazes upon each of you. Before the smoke begins to recede. Now, without the terror of fire and flame, we grew and healed day after day. Most believe that was Argana's end, as the smoke begins to fade away and the bard is standing there in what was the body of the dragon. Me, not much. I believe they may still live. Argana, the bearer of ruin. Argana, the bearer of death. And the snap happens again, and with a flicker, the visage of everyone in their chairs begins to come back into your vision, almost like it was blurred in your peripherals. But everyone's there. There's a few people that begin to, like, sort of snap out of it. You see over at the Bright Hands, Luna, the Tabaxi, and maybe the Satyr have, like, tears welled up in their eyes. And you watch as Winifred is, like, gripping at where their weapon would be, but it's not there. You see a few other, the more burly-esque figures, the Leonin and the Goliath and the Minotaur seem to be, like, gripping each other's arms, like, checking to see if everyone's okay. But some people begin clapping, some people begin snapping. But in the wake of that, everyone here at this table gains inspiration if you did not already have it. You all gain 12 temporary hit points. And any ill effects that may be afflicting you, like drunkenness, disease, any kind like that, are cured. And Sharp, that penalty to your health, the -6, is gone.
Oh shit! No.
As the bard
So we
just
got
kind of stands there, lightly strumming the lute again, almost tuning it, before he places his palm over the strings.
There we go.
A little treat after traumatizing her.
Droll.
Sharkin looks at the rest of the table, kind of like gauging reactions.
There's like tears streaming down Ruthie's face right now.
Rob is just kind of like blank staring. Like just there doesn't seem to be any emotion, just staring.
What the
As-
fuck is wrong with people? What the fuck?
That was also very stoic.
Droll actually looked like he had tears welling up in his eyes when he first got out, but then it like the tears just went, and then he started clapping.
And sucked
With
back in.
the fucking cloudy with a chance of meatballs, dude.
I could have spent the
Back
night
in there,
studying my
too.
spell, and instead now I have post-traumatic stress disorder.
Hey, I have that one.
I really think Ruthie's gonna like reach over to Phil because I think they're sitting by each other. You gonna reach over, she's gonna grab his hand, and she's gonna like, "Did you see that shit too?"
Yeah, I saw it.
Can you continue to hold my hand for the rest of it?
Phil kind of like chuckles. Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He's like, because I assuming the seating with them is that Fel is like turning to his right to look at the stage, and so Rethny is like kind of like behind him, so his hand is just like kind of outstretched like backwards.
Yeah. As bards begin to attend the stage and play, the Master of Stories, after bowing, of course, bows and descends and pulls a chair up to your guys' table.
Oh.
It's a bit jarring. Apologies for that. How are we all doing?
It's an interesting act you have.
Thank you, of course. I tend to make my stories very interactive. That's what got me to where I am.
Interactive, yes.
If you're
I like
still,
that.
if any of you are feeling any ill effects, I would hope that the ending bit changed it, but if you're still doing so, I can cast a spell.
I think we're all just surprised.
Hmm.
Not much of a warning beforehand. I think I actually asked who would be playing tonight, and no one would tell me. Said it was better to keep the surprise. And a surprise it was.
Yes. Well, that's a good note. I will keep that for next time.
It really was eventful. Not many people can pull that off.
Thank you. Yes, it's a spell I created on my own. A magnificent performance. It attempts to enrapture the creature into the story that I am telling or singing, and at the end, give them boons if they stay for the entire performance.
Very, very interesting.
Tell me a little bit about yourselves.
Well, what do you want to know? I think, we all have different.
Whatever you wish to tell, and he begins to open his book. You might tell me where you come from. You might tell me what you've done. Any of it, really.
I come from the sea.
The sea. Interesting. Any specific sea?
Near the... What is it called? The Isles.
The Rinsed
The
Isles.
Rinsed Isle. You live beneath the Rinsed Isle. Interesting.
I'm from Solent.
From Solent. Very nice.
I, too, hail from Solent.
Alright.
We both were set on a boat together until we were separated, and now we are back together.
Very nice.
What?
I was an orphan.
Literally like that,
but
Rowan?
I grew up as a sailor.
Wonderful. You seem a little nervous, my friend. If you do not wish to tell me anything, you don't have to. Well, thank you for telling me about yourselves. My name is Morakir. I am known as the Master of Stories. I perform for quite a varied crowd, anywhere from lords to the High King to the fairy court. It's been quite an adventure, as I have learned.
Interesting. I heard earlier, I don't mean to eavesdrop, but I did hear that you played for Queen... Oh, it's blanking on me now.
The Queen of Fairies.
Yes.
Titiana, yes, I have. She's Queen of the Sealy Court, one of the courts in Fae hierarchy.
Interesting. I mean, I'm sure it was a hard place to get to.
Getting there was interesting. Something to note about the Feywild is that the entrances can be anywhere and everywhere, often laid about in nature, and you could just accidentally stumble upon them. And if you accidentally stumble upon them, you're stuck. Though, I did learn a simple trick. If you write a specific symbol on a tree, and leave an offering, a helpful Fey will come to help if you need.
Interesting.
Here. And he draws the little symbol. It just seems to be a few circles within another circle in a line, but he tears it off and gives it to you. I mean, if you ever find yourself in the Feywild, which could just happen.
Could just.
Could just. But getting the job was actually easier than you think. Most of the Fey courts will seek out bards of high renown, because they like to be entertained. Though, to be fair, if you take the job and then fail to entertain them, it's more of a detriment to you than if you hadn't taken the job.
Well, Lucky for you then that you're... I mean, you've just shown us just how good you are.
Thank you, yes. I have taken a while to hone my craft. But there's always room for improvement. That spell is a work in progress. The warning is a good idea. I'm thinking about adding more instruments going on in the background. Different things. I'm trying to work out the boonful effects that you get at the end of it. But, oh well. Right, well, the Obsidian Stag. I hope that your adventures are eventful, to say the least.
Thank you. Hopefully you'll find more inspiration.
I hope to. And, I heard that you might be visiting the Lord tomorrow. Word of advice, because I have dealt with many high-ranking officials. I won't say don't lie. Don't try and be deceitful. If you're going to withhold information, withhold it, but don't just make up an alternative. Officials have connections, and if you tip them off and they use those connections and find out, they will punish you for it. I learned this the hard way.
Understood. Thank you.
Welcome. Enjoy the rest of your time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Mordekir moves on.
We have to talk to the Lord tomorrow.
Did you forget?
It may have slipped my mind, I suppose, yes.
I'm sure it'll be a quick visit. Probably just a good job.
Oh, I hope so.
But it's also a great opportunity to ask something to drink.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just hope
Oh, yeah.
he's willing
Yeah. Yeah.
he's willing to listen to us and doesn't just want to talk and ask us questions.
I prefer less questions, yes.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Sure, it will be all good. Rob begins to twist the ring on her finger.
And I mean, with that, other than dancing and sort of talking with other partygoers, there isn't much more to this night. You wake in the morning. If we don't have any things that anybody wants to specifically do. You awake in the morning, and you travel to Clarabelle. Oh, yes.
New day?
New day.
Okay.
This is, for you, 13. For me, this is day 2. That's the way I'm counting it. You approach Clarabelle with your entire party, as she's told you to come early, or not too early if you're drunk, but early enough in the day before noon, as you get ready. Right. You're meeting the Lord today. That's big. So, execute proper etiquette. Try not to say any drastic things of chaotic proportions. But also, don't be too nervous. It's not like he will do anything bad if you don't say the right thing. It just might hurt opportunities in the future. Also, exercise caution when speaking to him. I would not answer every question he has if he has a question for you. It's not that I don't trust the Lord. I'm a bit wary of him because of some of the things he's done, but otherwise I don't know much about him.
Probably, those are all good ideas. Should we dress nicer, or is it fine to go and...
I mean, adventurers of all kind sort of travel through there. When you're a master adventurer, you have access to the capital's adventuring guild, and that's where you sort of get all those things. And they go in adventuring gear all the time. If you want something more fancy, I'm sure I could find robes of some kind, but they would kind of flatten you out, and you would all look like a team because it's all the same robe. But that's up to you.
No, it's all fine. I just thought it'd be good to ask.
Right. Is everyone ready?
Fel makes his cloak look a little bit more fancy. Puts a little bit more like gold inlays in it.
Nice.
Did I ring out my hair?
Yeah. Just dripping as you follow Clarabelle to this teleportation circle.
Sharp shits his pants.
Okay.
Ro, on the
Fel-
other hand, wears his least ripped pair of pants.
Sharp lays an egg.
Sharp lays an egg.
Everyone adorns themselves in slightly better than usual gear.
Normal, yeah.
You know what? Materia wore when she and Jake slowly fucked. That's what I'm wearing.
I did not catch all that. All I got was
Oh,
Sully and
only-
fucked. And I thought about
Nice.
Sully
No.
from Monsters Inc.
No,
Oh my
dude. Are you talking about what Natiri wears when her
Yes.
and Jake fuck?
Yeah.
Talking about
She
Avatar.
wears some nice things in that movie.
You mean
from
nothing?
Avatar, dude. Okay, Jesus. I was so confused.
No, I forget. Doesn't she actually have an outfit for that? Like, I think it is decently.
Some clothes.
I have some.
There's some
Hold
clothes.
on. Let me see. Let me find it. I found it.
Either way, you approach the teleportation circle,
It's been a while since I watched the original.
and you will stand within it.
Oh,
And
dear.
in a flash of magical energy,
Fuck.
you are in the capital. And that's where we'll take our break here, and we'll resume in about 20-ish minutes, and then we will do this part, and that'll be the session.
Fuck.